Namaskar, good evening, and welcome back to our YouTube channel VLSI for All, a hub for technical education and an epicenter for affordable VLSI coaching in India. Today, we are indeed proud and honored to have with us Mr. Ashish Das, a student who pursued his master's in electrical engineering from IIT Kanpur and is currently working at the technological giant Qualcomm. Sir, with your kind permission, can we start the interview?
So, yeah, hi Anurag. Well, first of all, thank you for this warm welcome, and giving me this opportunity to talk on your channel. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Ashish. So let's jump into our questionnaire so that
Yeah.
Ashish can enlighten us even more. Sir, your profile is so astonishing and inspiring for many VLSI engineers. Like, how did you manage your time while at your undergraduation and also GATE preparation?
Okay. So currently, my profile is in hardware domain in Qualcomm. Okay, and specifically in emulation, that is like FPGA prototyping. And if I say like about my B.Tech life, okay, so during my B.Tech years, I was like heavily involved in field of electronics, say with the seniors who already had knowledge on it, okay. I had this like enthusiasm of working on electronic devices, like hands-on, everything on hands-on. Since my B.Tech days, like I was working parallelly on my startup as well. So where I have like made more than say 300 projects. Okay. So apart from this, also like I was involved in various electronics clubs and like electronics related activities and forums. So providing workshop to students, okay, and juniors. Like I also used to participate in hackathons and everything. So overall, my B.Tech life was an enriching experience, and my involvement in EC helped me develop a deep understanding of the subject, and prepared me for a career in this field. And if I tell you about my M.Tech life, like before entering the M.Tech life, so I had my startup, and like it was a bit difficult to, prepare parallelly GATE and like running your startup. So I quitted that startup thing, and I wanted to do masters basically in this field. So that's why I prepared. I graduated in 2018. Uh, After that, I started preparation 1 year, and in 2019, I have appeared for GATE,
Okay.
and then I got into IIT Kanpur.
Yes. So moving on, you've studied in one of the best colleges and universities in India. Like, how is the work environment there? What motivates you to do M.Tech from India and choosing the Indian education system?
Yeah. See, first of all, if you say like in India, uh, you want to do like job in India, okay. So the very first gateway is do your M.Tech, okay, and specifically in the core field, okay. That is like a simple gateway. Do masters in the core area, electrical, VLSI, everything, and get a good job, okay. And if you say like MS in out of India, okay, those are really you can if yeah those are also like really good, but I'm not sure about how the environment is there compared to as IITs and NITs in India. Okay, but many of my friends are also there now. Also, they are established in a good like in good companies, and some of are doing their PhD also from different high-ranking universities, across the world. So I think in India, this see computer science is kind of now everybody takes, okay, but in VLSI people are not much aware of it. So I think there is still a scope, very good scope, if you do masters from say tier 2 or even tier 1 engineering colleges. So if you want to grab job in this field, then I think there is still scope. And if you want to like proceed for PhD, then of course you can do outside the country. That will be like great, I think.
Yes, sir. So this is the most asked a question in all of our interviews when we do our interviews with the VLSI engineers. So the question is, you did your B.Tech from EC and you
Yeah, correct.
stuck to the core domain. Like any specific reason, as most of the people switch their career to computer science?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, I didn't get.
Yeah, yes, sir. You did your bachelor's from the EC. Like what?
Yes,
So nowadays the trend is that after bachelor's, many students switch their career to the CS department, CS engineer role.
correct.
So what motivated you to stay in the EC domain?
See, yeah, Anurag, as I already told you that I was very enthusiastic on like electronics and these fields. Okay, since my I was a child, my like I used to break things and everything. So okay, so yeah, computer also like I used to prepare computer subjects as well for my placements and all. Okay, since there are many jobs in computer science. Okay, in India, like more than like any other countries, there are multiple jobs in computer science domain, so people are always oriented towards this subject. Okay, but if we tell in VLSI industry, there are like we can say there are limited, but nowadays there are crunch of talents as well in VLSI domain, so people don't really want to take that risk, that's why if CSE is the easy path they see, and so they choose, they obviously choose CSE. Okay, but in VLSI, like the specific thing, like uh, you have to be really passionate to work in VLSI industry. Even if you know your subjects very well, and and you probably don't have any interest, then you cannot like survive in this field. So like you have to be have passion, like really have passion to go through this career.
Yeah. So moving on to the fifth question, there is
Yeah.
always a complaint in the student community that there is no linkage between what is taught in the class and what the industry expects. Like, how would you address this issue?
So see, yeah, if we talk about like industry and academics things, like both are, I mean, they cannot, in India at least, they are not running in parallel. Okay, so say the books and the syllabus are outdated in most of the colleges in India. Okay, uh, so some of the things, but there are, I mean, since 1950, if you see, okay, the course have been same across like till today. Okay, so there has not been any updates in the course academics careers. Okay, I say if you go for masters, like the things will be more practical. There you will get to know things. Say when I was in Kanpur, right? So most of the people were working in 5G, 6G technologies. Okay, so which are now booming market in industry now. Okay, so I'll say try to be practical. Okay, don't just go by bookish knowledge. Okay, a study book, have your concepts clear. Okay, but parallel you should try to be activated in hands-on practicals and everything, and what are going in the markets, what are the needs, what are the demands. According to that, you need to prepare yourself. And nowadays I think you don't have a resource crunch since internet is available everywhere. So okay, so like contents, you don't have to worry, you will get the contents. You just have to analyze like which things you need to see first. Okay, like priority first to get a good career in this field. Okay, like that. I think, yeah, academically there is a gap, obviously there is a gap, but you it's our duty also to make us that in that level, so that we can, after graduation or master graduation, you can easily can contribute to industry.
Yes, sir. When you first joined at Qualcomm, what was your
Yeah, yeah.
experience and takeaway from the work arena, and how did you improvise to maximize your work efficiency?
See, in Qualcomm, I joined like almost 2 years back. Okay, since then, like first of all, I mean, they will choose you for hardware profile. They will not tell which specific platform, which specific thing you will going to work on. So after that, they'll provide you training and all. Okay, that will be like 15 days, 30 days. It's team to team. Okay, then what I did, like initially I didn't get project. They were training me. Okay. Then after that, they will assign some projects and uh, first of all, the first 3 4 months it was like really hazardous for me. But after that, things were going smooth. Okay, I started to learn the concepts behind it, what are the things going on, and try to see the things from the high level view. Otherwise, if you don't try to see the things from the high level perspective, then you will not get the motivation to do it. Why I'm doing it actually? Okay, it's similar to maths. If you are working in a maths problem, if you are solving it at some point of time, you're going to be stuck. Okay, and if you know the outcome, what should be the outcome, okay, after that, then you will have the motivation to solve it basically. So things in Qualcomm are like really well, and you'll get like really good opportunity to learn things. Okay, since most of our engineers are like I am from the SOC domain, so we have that opportunity to learn everything going on in the market, the SOCs and all. So till now it's good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Um, what are the perks of working at Qualcomm? Like, what did you
What are the
experience?
part?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there is
So
so much hype while working at Google, Microsoft, and all things. What are your perks at Qualcomm? Because Qualcomm is a tech giant similar to that of Google in the hardware industry.
yeah, see, it's not like Google or something. They all have their respective field and areas. All are giant companies, Google and all. Okay, Google also does hardware things and all. But Qualcomm is like one of the oldest industry in hardware domain. Okay, and it's like some of the things are like they are working really first in 5G things. Okay, it's the I mean some booming technologies are there in Qualcomm. Okay, so when you are a part of such a tech companies, okay, where and your dream was to it's like your dream was to working in such a tech companies in your field. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so it's like sometimes you feel, yeah, it's good. Okay, but things pressure comes and you forget everything where you are working and all. So
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, it feels like really awesome when you see the final outcome of your product. When new phone comes, right? Suppose in you are saying, okay, this Snapdragon phone has come. Okay, this is the flagship phone, and I contributed to this product. Okay, then it feels really good when you go to any shop and you see a phone which was really it was your contribution also. Okay, that makes me feel good. Yes, I mean people working in Qualcomm actually. So
Yes,
when you
sir.
see the final product in the market that you made, your contribution was there. Okay, that is a really I mean say exciting experience. Yes.
Yes, sir. For our audience, can you please briefly tell us about the various streams in VLSI?
Are you saying about the jobs?
No, I will come to the jobs in the next question. For now, like what are the various streams? Like what I have heard is a DFT, SOC, physical
Uh-huh.
verification. So like that. So a brief idea kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah. See, there are like when you talk about VLSIs, there are I mean two things. One is front end, one is back end. Okay, so like both have equal opportunities in building career. Okay, and opportunities to earn. Okay, but if you say in front end, it comes like design verification, design engineers. Then comes the verification part. Okay, there you will have core verification, there you will have SOC verification. Okay, and then it comes like there is emulation engineering, which is like prototyping the FPGAs, and after that comes like validation. So after verifications, they cannot do, I mean, corner cases verification, right? So for that, to validate in the actual hardware, the corner cases, we need a validation. There is a software also. There is in the backend side, we have multiples like PD and all synthesis, and Yeah, DFT is also a very good domain. There is HTA also. Mm, and there is CAD team also for tools and all, So yeah, these are some of the, I mean, well-known field in, VLSI industry.
Yes, sir. Uh, Moving on, sir. What was the placement option at IIT Kanpur? How did you get into Qualcomm? What was the process of getting the offer?
Yeah, so my first job was Qualcomm itself, okay, and I didn't reject anything, like I didn't get anything. Also, my first job was Qualcomm itself. So it was during the second wave of pandemic. So I was last year in my M.Tech, okay, and then first when Qualcomm came to our campus, right? So there were first we have to give your resume, okay. They will shortlist the resume, okay. Based on that, suppose there are X number of resumes, they will call for N number of candidates for the written test, okay. So there will be written test which will be say 50 or 60 marks of written test, and there you will have VLSI core domain subjects, C programming, okay, digital electronics mostly, okay. So there will be two profiles basically. Qualcomm will come from, one is from say digital, and they mostly come for this media, some multimedia thing, okay. I chose digital profile, okay. So there were a written test followed by three technical interviews, which was video interview, each of 1 hour, and three interviews were taken at the same day, okay. And after the three technical interviews, if you do it well, then you will get a call from HR, okay. That was a telephonic interview, and I think that's it.
Okay. Yes,
And
sir.
hmm,
Please continue, sir.
yes. So if you want to ask me about interview process and all in the technical side, then I can tell you, like, since my profile was digital profile, they will mostly ask about digital electronics. They will check for VLSI core domain knowledges, and if you have like good software skills like basic C++, they'll check for that. And uh, I mean, if you have a scripting language also, if well versed with scripting language, that is a plus point, obviously.
Yes. As you talked about resumes, let me ask a question about resumes, sir. Many
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
sure.
take their resumes seriously. Can you please tell our audience on how to structure our resume so that we can get shortlisted easily?
Okay, okay. See, first of all, uh, I mean, for shortlisting resume, there is a process, and finally, when the resume goes to the interviewer, right, that is a completely different part. And say if you are going to hire candidates for your company, okay, so you will not have enough time to look at each resume for shortlisting, okay. So what they do, right? Your resume is just an input to an algorithm, okay, what they run, and they will have some threshold, okay. If you cross the threshold point, your resume will get shortlisted, okay. So for that, your resume should be crisp. I mean, whatever profile you are applying for, it's not like that you are applying for VLSI domain and you are writing your software projects and all, which are not relevant. If you are applying for VLSI, then that resume should contain only VLSI things, the projects you have done, uh, things you have participated in, okay. And there should be some keywords, okay. Like there are terms in VLSI which can be good keywords, okay. Like anything multiplexer, you have done something, and you can mention those keywords and try to put as number of projects, like a good number of projects. Then only there is a good chance of selecting your resume, okay. And after that, it comes to the interview. And now when your resume gets shortlisted and you are shortlisted for the interview, then the resume directly comes to interviewer's hand, okay, and they will go thoroughly with your resume. And be sure whatever you are writing in your resume, that should be accurate, not less, not more, okay. That should be accurate as what you have done, okay. You cannot fake your resume, otherwise the interviewer will catch you, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and try to be thorough with whatever you have written on your resume. Otherwise, they will go deep inside that topic and they will catch you finally. Try, try to have good knowledge on it, deeper and deeper knowledge. And I'll say put as number of like projects, okay, as a good number. I think that's one can do, yeah.
Yes. So, any specific book or resource would you like to suggest for digital electronics, Verilog, system Verilog?
So there are multiple books in the market nowadays, but I'll what I focused like for Verilog and System Verilog, you can get all the resources from the internet itself. Don't have to really read books. Okay, try to get the basic knowledge. Ultimately, it's a logic building only, right? Language is nothing. Language will change from time to time. Okay, but logic building is what remains constant. Okay, try to grasp some logic building and try to grasp that coding experience in some tool, say for Vivado and all. Okay, have experience in that and practice as much as possible. Okay, an interviewer will not ask you to design any processor. They know you know some basics. They will ask the basic thing only. Okay, and whatever you learn, like learn it passionately. And you can always refer the YouTube videos for very low system. Like there are good number of YouTube videos. I think from IIT Kharagpur also, from NPTEL, if you see, right, there are professors which teaching very low code like really well. So I followed that one also, and I think I cannot say there is a master book where if you, I mean, uh, if you go through it and you'll qualify. It's not like that. There are multiple resources. Everybody is doing trying to do their best to teach you. You need to grasp it. That's it.
Yes. As a core domain engineer, what would you suggest young college graduates to choose between front end and back end, keeping in mind the salary, job perspective, the hike in the promotions, etc.
See, Anurag, say in terms of opportunities, I already said, right. Both front end and back end, they have like they are equally important. Both have equal opportunities to earn. Okay. In terms of income, also they are really equally good. Okay. Like for high paying jobs, like if you're targeting for Intel, Qualcomm, Google, etc. Okay. Then both have like their good opportunities in both front end and back end. Okay. But if you are talking about college fresh grads, you can't really prepare for one specific thing. Say I will prepare because you don't know anything about the industry. Okay, and they will not come for back end or front end specifically. They
Yeah.
will, if they are going to look for back end, they will obviously hire the experts from industry. Okay, so if you are a college fresh grad, then you need to like go through everything, front end also, back end, what are all there, and be specific to like what you like. Okay, if you like more on the design side, then you can prepare it very well like that. Okay, but your profile will come for say hardware software like that only, not front end or back end. So I'll
No,
say for
okay.
freshers it's a bit tough to choose front end or back end. But yeah, you need to be uh, you need to have like overview of what is front end or what is back end, what are the domains come inside front end and back end. Okay, and the basic things you can prepare always. That's it. After going to the industry, they will train you. They will make you expert on the following things.
Yes, yes, sir.
And
Uh,
say in terms of job opportunities, if you are looking for jobs in India, right, I think the front end side demand is bit higher than the back end. Okay, but as a fresher, again, you need not to worry about the front end or back end, because it companies like this Intel, Google, Qualcomm, will come for hiring engineers. I mean, not front end or back end.
Yes, sir. Finally, sir, we're at the end of the interview. Before I wrap up, finally, if any one mistake, if you did in your career and you do not want any other people or your juniors to repeat it, if any such instances there, can you please elaborate?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of mistakes. I cannot say that I did only one mistake. Okay, but I did lot of mistakes. Like, uh, first of all, say, wasting my time. Okay, during B.Tech. Okay, just like when people are in B.Tech, they are in different zone. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
enjoy your life. That's one thing. Okay, but have good vision over what you will going to do in future. Okay, if you don't have vision, I believe like you're stuck at somewhere. You are not going anywhere. Okay, so those visions you should have always, which I didn't have. That I should go for jobs for higher studies for my startup. That's why I had like many conflicts. Okay, during my B.Tech. Then yeah, I chose to I like kind of manage something, and yeah, I move out of that way.
Yes, sir.
There
Yes,
are
sir.
multiple mistakes, small mistakes, even big mistakes also, but now I can't recall everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir. It was indeed great talking to you, sir. As an engineer
yeah.
myself and my undergraduation, I feel that many jigsaw
Today,
puzzles have been clarified in my mind. Hope to see you on yet
nice.
another episode of our YouTube channel, sir. Until
Sure,
then,
sure.
goodbye and take
Yeah,
care.
thanks.
Signing off, this is Anurag.
Thanks,
Thank you, sir.
Anurag. Yeah, thank you for calling. Yeah.